What's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. Your boy JP the Install Guy here, hoping to make your install life a whole lot easier. Today we're going to do part 2 of the Smd-2000.1 amp installation, and this is going to be about tuning our amplifier to make sure we get the most maximum cleanest wattage out of this amp as possible. And if you're into that type of thing, please consider subscribing or following, because that's what we do here at this channel. Anything car audio, installation, product review related, that's what this channel is about. And when I'm tuning my amplifiers, I usually just grab my Smd-DD1. This thing is super efficient. It's very simple, so it's easy to use, but I know there's a lot of people who want to actually see the sine wave and the curve, so we're going to test it with our oscilloscope as well, just so you can see how spot on both of the tools are. You get the AC voltage off of this because I want to show you guys how you can pinpoint how much wattage is potentially coming out of your amplifier as well. All right, so as y'all can see, we are 14.6. and I'm pretty sure we're at like 14.7 because multimeter right here at the amplifier is reading 14.69. so like I said, 14.7, but we understand it's not 14.7 on the actual meter. It goes 14.6 to 14.9, but at least we know we got pretty good voltage. All right, so we got our Smd-DD1 hooked up to one RCA, and we have alligator clips going to our oscilloscope going on the other RCA, so we can make sure that these things clip at the exact same time. I've already done this test before, so I know that it does, but for the visual people out there and the non-believers, we're gonna do this test again. And it's very important that we do the test right here because we need to see exactly what the amplifier is going to see. So right here, we have a 40 Hertz 0 dB test tone. We're gonna start turning this up so we can test the RCA side and see where it actually distorts. So that's volume 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 is the max volume. It's extremely clipping. 39 is clipping. 38, we're clean. So now we know that the radio is going to distort at about volume 39 from the radio on the RCA low level side. So 38 is going to be the max that we can get going towards our sub. But if you remember when we was installing the speakers on the front door, we actually tested the speaker level side of the radio, because since the radio is powering the speakers, we need to know the max clean volume from the speaker side, and that was volume 28. So in order to get the cleanest RCA maximized signal that we can get to our sub amp, we need to turn the radio down to volume 28 and then play with the subwoofer output level and see if we can get it maximized without distortion. That way the radio is not going to distort our speakers at volume 28, and we can still get the maximized RCA voltage going to that sub amp at the same volume. What we need to do is we need to take that volume from 38 all the way down to 28, because we know it's going to be clean right there for our speakers. And then we're going to do that same 40 Hertz test, but we're going to start turning this up. So that right there was plus 10 on the RCA subwoofer output level, and we're still clean all the way up there. Now, how I know that's going to be the max is that if we turn the volume just one click up to volume number 29, then both of these meters should go into a clip distorted signal. So let's try that. So here it is clean. We're going to go up one volume to number 29, and that got us clipping right there. So let's turn it back down to 28, and that's exactly what we want right there. If we take it off of our oscilloscope graph and go back to AC volts, we see that we're getting 4.12 clean RMS RCA voltage going towards this amplifier, which is exactly what the radio said that it would do, give us 4 volts, and that's what we got. All right, so now that we got that information, we can put the RCAs inside the amp, and then we can go ahead and test the subwoofer speaker wire so we can see exactly how much clean wattage we're going to have coming out to make sure that that's not clipping. So we're going to change tracks from track number 1, which is 40 Hertz at 0 dB, to track number 3, track number 5, or track number 7. That's going to be a -5, -10, or -15 dB track. I usually only use -5 or -10. Today we're going to use -5. It just depends on what type of music you listen to and how it's recorded. The battery a little low. Let's try to go ahead and set these gains real quick before it cuts off. All right, so that's distorted. Let's kick it back, and that's clean. One thing I like about this amplifier on these gains is that they have dented plots. What that means is that every time you do this, it's like a little click, click, click. dented plots, you can just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, you can kind of count the clicks, which would be easy. But let's just say we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever 20 clicks is going to be clean. Then if we're doing multiple amps, we can just make sure that the gain is going to be 20 clicks, which is pretty cool. So now that we're done tuning, we see that we have 49.5 AC volts coming out of this amplifier. So now we get to do some math. So Ohm's law tells us that we can find power by taking our voltage squared divided by resistance. So in this case, our voltage is 49.5. Squaring that is going to give us 2,450 watts. Now divided by the resistance of the sub that we got, which is we have a DS18 1 ohm sub. If we let the gain set as it sits, we're going to get 2,400 watts going towards that sub. Now this is the part where we got to be responsible. Do I want to put 2,400 watts towards this sub knowing that it's only supposed to be rated for 2,000 max? Absolutely not, because that's going to be the difference between somebody saying, man, we tuned it correctly and now the sub is trash because it blew. Nah, you gotta take responsibility. So we're going to turn it down to where we can match the RMS and maybe give it a little bit more. So let's try 35 squared. That's going to give us a little over 1,200 watts. The RMS on this sub is 1,000 watts RMS. It should be able to handle that all day, no problem. We know it's going to be clean and it's going to sound good. So let's go ahead and go with that. Now, of course, we can take it up to 1,500, 1,600 if you want to, but it's just a daily driver for me. I'm not trying to win no awards. So I already have a car for that with 1610s. We'll get into that a little bit later. So since we know that everything is clean, we can turn off the DD1 and we can just start turning everything down. And we want to take these dented plots down till we get the 35 that we're looking for. There's too many clicks. Can I click it? 32, one more click is going to be 36. I think that'll be all right. So that last reading that we got, the 36.46, gives us at about 1329 watts, so a little over 1300, which is perfectly fine. We can leave it at that. It ain't that deep. I just want to make sure that whatever we do when we playing, we're going to have clean music. So now let's actually hear some music. I do want to warn you guys, my phone picks up bass horribly, and if it picks up too bad, then I won't be displaying it, but I'll at least give you some sub flex. We'll figure something out. Yeah, so just like I thought, the bass wasn't gonna sound good on my phone, but it sounds really good in person. If you guys catch me at the show, I'll give you a bass demo. Other than that, this is gonna be it for the video. The SMD amp is a really good performing amplifier. We got the lights going on strong, and the lights aren't dimming, even though my voltage is kind of jumping back and forth between 14.6 and 13.6. It's going pretty good. Y'all notice that the clip indicator light is not on solid because we have it tuned perfectly. Now, music is dynamic, so if it blinks, that's not a problem. It'll blink a couple times because the music is going all over the place, but as long as it's not on solid, that's what you don't want. Now we're going to get into some slow-mo of this sub while I go ahead and shout out anybody who chooses to support the channel, like the website supporter Khalil, 23 Patreons, and 7 different social media subscribers. You guys go the extra mile in showing me a little bit more support, and I greatly appreciate it because you didn't have to, but you did. So thank you. Till next time, this is your boy JP signing out, telling y'all to keep going, keep growing, and have a blessed day. Peace.